All right, everybody, this is Sheets, and Bobby and I are kind of doing a solo today. Small two-game slate on the NBA, and I'm not actually not going to be around to update the projections just prior to lock. So if there's any new news that comes in, it will not be incorporated within the sheets. So I figured I would at least give you an overview of at least the way things look right now. I believe that with two games, we can take a slate view and not isolate game by game. So what I first did was I sorted everything by Sheets value score. And as I was having this discussion with Mark the other day, and he says, is there a number that serves as a useful breakpoint where a Sheets value score is significant? You know what I mean? That it really, it's kind of like you have to have. And I'm kind of working off the 200 number for the NBA. Like if you have a Sheets value score of over 200, those become very, very difficult to fade. And you have two of them tonight. And what's interesting is that there's just nothing underneath them that comes even close. So before we even try to sort by points per dollar, I mean, the natural thing I'm going to want to do is play both Embiid and Jokic. I don't know if you're going to be able to, but that's at least a really quick 100-mile view of what you're going to want to do. If you take ownership out of the equation, which obviously you can't do. But, let's then, and then you have the three mid-range guys, right? You have Harden, Curry, and Durant, and you're giving up a lot going down to those three guys. If you want to know the truth, I mean, 10 full fantasy points down to all those guys from Embiid and Jokic. So you do that at your own peril. Now, if you can get, for example, three of those guys somehow, which you can't, but if you can get three of those guys instead of just the two, then it's worth it. But I don't know. We're going to have to see. Next thing we do, I want to rank these by point per dollar to see what kind of value there is out there. Right now, there's just not a lot. So you have these Golden State guys, Looney, Klay Thompson, and they're not even at 6X. So it's going to be tough to get both Embiid, Jokic in without making some kind of, of concessions. But just for fun, let's see what we would do if we would try to build a, without using Saberson. Now let's just do the hand build method. Let's just take Embiid and then we'll put Jokic in and see what we get. Like you can only spend 4666 a person for, and as you see, there really isn't a lot. I mean, just to make it work, like you'd have to start with Looney, but what's the problem? Well, Looney, at least I was about to say that they made him, that he's only center eligible, but fortunately they made him power forward eligible now. I think, or no, he's still just center eligible. Oh, yuck. Ooh, there is some good news. The good news is I was looking at FanDuel the whole time. So let's see if that changes anything. No. But let's look at point per dollar. Maybe it does change something. Yeah, all right. So, but it's the same guy. So it's Looney and Dragic. And here's the problem, is that Looney is center eligible and you can't use him. So now we have to go down to these other guys. Now, fortunately, as you see, there are some guys that you can play, Goran Dragic shows up at 6X. Kuminga shows up at 5.7X. So you could definitely make this work on DraftKings with these cheapo values. Now, do you want to? I don't know. But you can certainly do it. Like, for example, if you use Embiid and Jokic, let's just fill guys in. I mean, we don't have to, we don't have to play this. Dragic is probably a pretty fishy play, but just to show you. Then Moody, This is obviously going to be a very cashy type lineup, but Moody, and then who's the first small forward you could play? Oh, Moody could play a small forward. Oh my God. So they are making it somewhat easy for you. So if you play Moody at small forward, then who can you play at shooting guard? Then you could play Jordan Poole at shooting guard. And again, this is not what you want to do, play both these guys together, but to make all this work. Power forward, you could play Bielitsa, or you can even go up to Tobias Harris if you wanted, because of the money you save. And I don't need to fill the rest of this in. So the point is that you can definitely get to both Embiid and Jokic on DraftKings and make it work. And maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Just for fun, let's do a Saberson build and just see. Given, and again, these are projections as of now, they're going to change. But just to show you, let's see what kind of lineups Sabersim would create for us using the projections that we have now. So let's upload them here. Okay. We'll use projection, we'll use ownership over here, and we'll remove players not listed. And we'll build 30 lineups. 30 lineups. Let's see. You think it plays the two studs? I think it does. That's gonna be my prediction. Now again, this is going through simulations. It's not just going with the median projection. It's trying to pick like the lineups with the most upside. Let's see what we get. We're actually getting not 100% Embiid and not 100% Jokic. You're getting a full 80% Dragic though. And again, it's 2-game slate, so that's not unexpected. So what you could also do is see how many of these lineups have both Embiid and Jokic in them. So like over here, and you see where they're ranked, like the top one, the second one, the third one. Oh, they're already ranked in this way. So the top 4 have them both in, and then 6th, 7th, 8th. So the top lineups do have them both in. Okay, which you think would make sense. What else can we do now? Well, let's do this. Let's build a FanDuel build. Again, using SaberSim, using the using the projections as they are now. Let's get the spelling right. Okay. Let's build 30 lineups with default sliders with our projections as of now, and see what they come up with. Now again, you can't use both of those guys at center on FanDuel, so I'll be curious to see what that comes up with. It really seems to be grinding. This is you got to check your technology before you run the stuff. But let's stop it here and see what we have. Same deal though. I mean, actually, it looks like you're getting no Jokic. That's not true. You're getting 75% Embiid and 25% Jokic. In your early builds there. So you also see that some of these lineups will have both Harden and Embiid in them. I actually don't think that's a problem on a 2-game slate. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I wouldn't go too bananas with the groups over there. So again, that's pretty much all I have for now. I mean, it's going to be a slate where you're going to want to play one of those two guys, and probably both. If you want to get different, you could fade them, but I think you're just giving up too much to do that. And that's about it. Like I said, I won't be around for later stuff today, the NBA, which is probably all well and good. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to play anyway. And that'll do it. Hopefully, Bobby gives you some further deeper insight.